Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by the TheMrTrails, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys a couple of builds that I put together for the new Revenant Omnicell on the test server. But before that, I'll also be answering a few questions you guys had about the existing synergy with the Omnicell. Consider dropping the like for me and consider subscribing for more Dauntless content. I'll be over on the Twitch today, probably testing out some more builds with it once I get the Omnicell crafted. So the couple builds I put together for the Omnicell on the testing server were a Thrax weapon build that would work with any weapon, and then a Chronivore weapon build that would really only work for weapons that utilize adrenaline well. One of the big issues when coming up with builds for Revenant is that Berserker is kind of off the table. Giving up 12% damage and 2100 motion value to gain 35% damage really makes Berserker not worth it, except potentially in small behemoth trial scenarios where you wouldn't be hitting all the tendrils anyway, but at that point you might be beginning to question whether or not Discipline is the better Omnicell choice for that. But Tough is definitely worth it, adding 3500 motion value and 20% damage at +6. However, you don't really use Tenacious with it, as the idea of the Omnicell is that you're going to be losing HP the whole time. One suggestion or thought I saw a lot of in the comments was, hey, what about Shroud weapons? While yes, you would be able to activate the Shroud unique effect from using the Omnicell, you're only going to have that damage bonus around 20 seconds into the fight, and then only have the damage boost for about 20 seconds, because you will then proceed to heal afterward. Since you're only going to be having about 50% or less uptime on the Shroud unique effect, this makes the Riftstalker bond a better option, as you're going to be able to get a plus 30% damage bonus from it rather quickly. And finally, once again, shields don't count for the activation of Revenant, but you can use them to not be one-shot against most things while having 100 HP. But those are the main synergy quirks and issues with the Omnicell. But let's now jump into the builds. We'll start off with the Umbral build, and you can use this exact build on any weapon, the only difference being your mods and specials. We'll be rocking the Thrax weapon with Tough and Catalyst inside. We'll be using the Riftstalker bond because, again, with the amount of uptime from the Shroud bond, it's still more worth it to run Riftstalker. We'll be rocking the brand new Revenant Omnicell, and it's going to be your choice of lantern. I would say the one that Revenant doesn't work well with is the Koshai lantern, because you aren't going to be able to heal while in the Revenant state. Whatever the lantern you choose is going to have a catalyst inside. You can modify this build to not have catalyst by using the insight cell of your choice in the lantern and swapping the one in the weapon with any cell you want. For the armor, we have the Shroud helmet with overpower inside, the Thrax chest piece with pulse inside, the Malkarian gloves with predator inside, and the Nasher boots with overpower inside. My recommended tonics are the Blitz, Frenzy, and Aether Drive tonics, but the Stagger tonic is also a good choice. If you use the War Pike for this build, I wouldn't recommend the Wound tonic, because the Riftstalker Pike is more effective just spamming the heavy attacks. But the final perk summary on this base build is going to be 6 Catalyst, 6 Cunning, 6 Overpower, 6 Predator, 6 Tough, 3 Assassin's Frenzy, and 3 Pulse. This is the build I used when bullying the Karabak on the Blazeworks with the hammer in the last video. And the other build we have is a Radiant build. However, it's going to be more suited towards weapons that will be able to take advantage of adrenaline. This means hammer, repeaters, and sword to an extent will not have as great of results with this build, but chain blades, strikers, axe, and warpike would be able to make use of this. We're going to be using the Chronivore weapon with catalyst and Tough inside. Once again, if you don't want to use catalyst, you can swap this to any other cell you want. For Revenant builds specifically, I feel like we are going to want to go with the Rezakiri bond, because you're not going to have a lot of HP for the Valimir bond to be very effective. Once again, we have the new Revenant Omnicell and your choice of lantern with catalyst or another insight cell inside. For the armor, we have the Shroud helmet with overpower, the Scrave chest piece with adrenaline, the Malkarian gloves with predator, and the Nasher boots with overpower. This perk summary comes out to 6 adrenaline, 6 catalyst, 6 cunning, 6 overpower, 6 predator, and 6 tough. I think in general, the weapons that can use adrenaline well will have a bit of an advantage over the weapons that can't, due to how the perk summary will come out with these Revenant builds. And this is the build that I used to bully the Phalanx with chain blades on Twilight Sanctuary in the last video. But that'll do it for this video. Again, I'll be on the Twitch today speedrunning getting the Omnicell and making some more builds for it. And I'll probably try to throw in a more mid-game and non-legendary focused build in there. But yeah, consider dropping that like for me and subscribing if you are new. And I have been Trevor, I go by the TheMrTrails, and I will catch you guys next time.